What I'm about to show you is proof that email marketing is a money-making machine when done correctly, because this is the Klaviyo dashboard for one of our clients. Over $654,000 in just 30 days. No crazy gimmicks, no massive sales, no increase in ad spend. Just an extremely tight email marketing strategy. Stick with me in this video and I'll show you the exact strategy breakdown step by step so that you can do the same for your brand too. Let's get into it. So as you can see here, 654K in 30 days for email. This is me, one of the two Connors. This is my business partner. The other Connor, these are some of our links. You can find this in the doc. This is the whole case study, which is down in the description of this YouTube video. So setting a little bit of context as well. This is a high ticket company. They had a breakthrough simulator product, which was doing really well for them on ads, particularly search ads, but their email marketing was non-existent. And they knew that to sell products this expensive, they had to get more of their email marketing channel. They needed to build up trust with people. They needed to maybe have kind of more touch points in a longer sales cycle. And they needed to just show how these products work and give people a lot of education. So they got a lot more than they bargained for in the finish, as we're going to see here. But in order to get more efficiency out of their advertising and to kind of scale the store more, they knew email was imperative, and that's when they reached out to us and we began working together. So beforehand, their email list growth was pretty stagnant, you know, getting around 30 new subscribers a month, which they're selling things which are quite high tickets, so not the end of the world. You can actually still slightly work with that, but it's of course not a ton of leads for you to be working with. Their open rates around 30% on average, zero automations. They had one email which then generated $580 towards the end of this period, just when we began working together. And then with their deliverability, they hadn't really sent too much, so their reputation was neither good nor bad. We just needed to set it off on the right footing. And their campaigns, no existing cadence, minimal conversions, and so on. So afterwards, their email list growth, as you'll see down here, went up to 1,048 new subscribers in a single month. So we're talking 34x, 35x, that kind of a way. Their open rates on their campaigns went up to 53.8% average, which is fantastic. Their flows started bringing in 539K just in that month, which is pretty insane. You'll see here as well, they had like minimal kind of spam complaints or anything like that down here. Volume went up a lot here, but you can still see here, even though Klaviyo has this sort of increase here, you can see our bounce rate at less than 0.2%. It's really minimal. Spam rate less than 0.02%. So we're really, really happy with that. And then the campaign scaled up to about 3 cents per week and about just under 1 SMS per week, around 3 SMS messages per month. And you'll see here some really nice revenue getting driven off of these in the finish. So a final thing, which was really cool. I wish this happened in this month. This happened the month after. This happened in September, but they actually hit their first 6-figure day shortly after, which was amazing to see. We're really good friends with this client too. So just chatting like this in Slack is even more satisfying nearly than the case study, from our POV, let's say. But maybe for you guys, just to see how you can do this for your store, we're going to go into the exact details here. In the beginning, this process, they weren't really building up their email list whatsoever. So this was the main thing we needed to do. Before we can do email marketing, we need some people to market to. So our first step, we needed to build and optimize an on-site pop-up. We wanted to go with an offer that wouldn't give up too much margin. This isn't a CPG brand. We couldn't be doing 15% or something crazy like that. We had to go low, and we needed to make sure that we were driving obviously a lot of conversions. What we went for, the best offer we could find after a couple of tests, 5%, worked better than anything by a country mile. And we were super happy with it. Really, really profitable for the brand still. We delayed this a long time to not disrupt the user experience on the website. And then with the design, we made sure we had really high quality visuals here and persuasive text. This actually outperformed having a micro commit, having a yes, no question on there. The second you come onto the screen, you want to know exactly what's in it for you. So when someone comes off here, when they click off an ad or whatever it is, the second they come onto the website, they know exactly what's in it for them. And yeah, like you can see, this performed really, really well. Over 1,000 extra leads a month. Huge win. And now we're having this huge flow of people through the email marketing channel to actually work on with their flows and so on. So the first port of call, so many brands, their flows are actually quite often in quite good condition, but their lead capture is a real Achilles heel. It's something that can grow. Even a slight increase at this point in the account has insane results down the track. So you need to bear that in mind. We then, after getting people into the list, move on to our flows. So here with their core flows, we built them from the ground up. These needed to be long. These needed to have a lot of messages in them because we're talking about a longer sales cycle. We're talking about something that requires a lot of trust to buy. We're talking about products that are thousands of dollars here. With that said, welcome series went up to about 7 emails. So a ton of education in there, and then also just putting in the welcome offer. Similar thing with the abandoned checkout, making this nice and long, addressing all of their potential objections. Once again, when you're selling things in the 5, 8, 10, 15, 30, even at some point $1,000 range, this is super, super important. And the post-purchase, we're going to see here, the post-purchase is actually probably what I'm happiest with here. You can see 65K here. This is not with your, if you get a 3X, which is fantastic, on Meta and Google blended, 33% of your revenue there is gone on ads. So here, Now, this is just way more profitable revenue for the client. Same with this flow here, which I'll explain in just a second. The sales cycle upsell, this is kind of a longer term upsell. And this isn't sent to them right after they buy. This is sent to them a couple of weeks after they buy, and it tries to sell them, in this case, complementary products. You'll also see in our The New Way of Email Marketing in 2025 video, we talk about this concept a lot. This is basically adapting the email marketing strategy to the industry that you're in, right? So if you're in a high AOV, low LTV category by nature, think furniture, your strategy needs to be a lot different to a brand that sells collagen protein, right? This flow is going to be approached differently depending on the category that you're in. You know, in this case, we would sell complementary products because I don't think two people are going to buy hockey simulators or something like that. I don't think they'll just buy the one, but they could buy something else small that is complementary that can be cross-sold to them. Whereas someone who buys collagen protein, they're probably going to buy more of that because it's going to run out, and they've ascertained that they like the product because they've literally spent their hard-earned money on it. So you can see here, these start to perform extremely well with these flows, you know, with the longer, more education-based style. You know, they started to just really crush. And then here, happy to get another 70K of post-purchase revenue in here. Super profitable revenue. You know, overall, with how long these went up to about 75 emails with all the flows that you see here in front of you. That kind of helped us churn out, you know, 539K in a single month. We have all the main kind of flows here, but then you have your medium-term upselling, SMS flows here, win-back flows. I'm going to show you exact email examples here of how we actually design these in just a moment. But first, I want to talk through the campaign strategy, because this educational style of content for a higher ticket brand is going to be really important here. So within the campaigns, we focused on getting that volume up. We realized that actually the more we sent, we weren't getting a ton of spam complaints, we weren't getting a ton of unsubscribes, and we just realized the revenue was going up. We found 3 per week to actually be that sweet spot. With SMS, we've actually lowered it slightly since we're just doing around 2 per month now. We found that to be the sweet spot. But here we just want to go with educational content, how to use the products, you know, then also showing a lot of customer reviews, how to actually install the products in your home. Urgency then as well, you know, where we would release big new drops. You know, we'd have kind of a big hype section to the drop. We would have the drop itself with multiple emails at each stage, and then a follow-up stage to get the kind of most out of all of these product drops. There's a little bit of a spike here in terms of the click rates, which was just over summer 2024. A lot of brands were seeing a big spike in actually like bot attacks on their lists. We had this with a number of clients. We just had to fix it. It was a little bit, you know, difficult to figure out what was going on, but then, you know, we cleared out all the bots just by going through with exported data from all of these campaigns to see, okay, who's clicked 11 times and hasn't opened once. That's definitely a bot, and we cleared out all those profiles. And up here at the top, this is kind of a more accurate reflection of where our click rates would really be, which is kind of at the 1 to like 2% sometimes, but really more like the kind of 1.2, 1.3, 1.5 kind of range around there. So yeah, I think the results here are going up to sometimes hitting over 20K per campaign at points. I'd say you probably average over 5 figures a campaign here. Not too shabby. We're really happy with this sort of performance. So we're about to show some example emails here. One of the unexpected wins here that we were super happy with was that the client actually got us to work on some other design bits here and there for their brand, you know, whether it's web design and so on, because they really liked the way the emails looked and they thought they were really crisp. I'm going to talk through the design process here and show you some example emails, but you will notice in our design guide video, I talk about not crowding the email. I talk about having white space in there. And now I'm talking about a really educational style of campaign. So we need to avoid crowding the email while also getting a nice amount of information in there. We do this by kind of varying up the hierarchy, by having a kind of a lot of product sections to split up text sections. We do it by making our headings really distinct from the body copy so people can see that contrast. Contrast makes it easier to just follow different sections and kind of distinguish. So they can just follow it through. Okay, this is clearly a section. This is like one piece of information. Let me move to the next section and the next section and the next section. Whereas if it all looks like one kind of blob and your fonts are all the same size, or you're using kind of the same fonts all the time, you don't have a mix, let's say, between a serif and a sans serif font in there, super hard to follow. You'll see a lot of text in these designs I'm about to pull up. The hierarchy has to be very well divided, and there can't be too much going on, or else people are just not going to know what's going on within the email. So let's jump to Figma and take a look at some of these. This was 1 week where we sent 5 campaigns around this time in summer, and you will see kind of a pretty similar structure here across the board, which was within our hero section. We have a very clear headline. We have a call to action that is a button kind of here above the fold in all of these, a clear product section. This is when we're doing releases and things like that. Within our text sections, we're breaking it up with clear headings, clear imagery. We're always making sure that it's not like one massive blob of text all the way down. We're still getting information in there. We've just got to make sure that as we scroll down here, things are very well broken up and people can just sort of jump from section to section and get the gist of what's going on. That's kind of what you want to do with your email design, is to make it so people can scan the emails. We don't want to go in assuming that people are going to read every single line of the email. They're going to go down and scan and kind of take out the best bits from the email. So we want to put the information in there for products that are kind of more expensive. We just want to make sure that we're breaking this up with a lot of product sections, a lot of headings, and then we're kind of putting social proof in here at the bottom. Make sure that you have a really clear hero section. That is the main area you need to nail. Have a nice call to action above the fold. Have your headings be super clear, and then leave enough white space in there by breaking up those text sections with image sections, with product sections, and so on. And you'll do really well. It's going to make it really easy for your customers, your subscribers, to just look into the email, scan it, go all the way down nice and quickly and get the gist of things, which is really what you want to optimize for. Finally, with their deliverability, we started off in a really good position, but we just made sure to clean out all those unengaged subscribers. Of course, the bots as well from summer, we had to make sure we got all of those out. The branded sending domain early in 2024, we set that up for them as well. And then the main thing, this is actually something a lot of people don't know, is with this brand, because people are buying things that are more expensive, as I've said many times in this video, they often would respond to the emails. And we noticed, okay, well, this is really good for deliverability. It's actually the single best thing you could have for deliverability, not even clicking or opening emails. If they respond, it signals really, really good things. It shows, okay, this is like a conversation going on, so we should put it in the primary inbox. But we encourage these responses. Have any questions? Ask our team, this sort of a thing. And a lot of people would respond back and they would ask questions. Can I install it into my home? My garage is roughly this size. We really encourage those conversations, and deliverability, I think, benefited a ton from that. You know, if you can, big lesson from this video, try and encourage responses to your emails wherever you can. If it's a plain text email you're sending on a one-off, or it's like an abandoned cart, say, got any questions? Respond to this email. Your customer support team might be answering a few more requests that day and increase their workload, but you know, overall, it's going to really, really help your email marketing channel if you're getting responses to your emails. It signals amazing things to Google and other inbox providers. You can see if you're getting 53.8% open rates on average on your campaigns while mailing a ton of your list, your deliverability is in a really, really good position. The end result here, as you can probably imagine, was a super happy client. Once again, we're really friendly with this client, which is kind of one of the best parts of working with really, really cool brands, is just having a great relationship with people. That's probably one of the nicest things about what we do kind of in the e-commerce world. And yeah, still working together to this day, well on over a year after we began. And if you enjoyed the video, you can get this doc down in the description of this video. You can join our newsletter here as well, where you'll get a ton of free guides every single week, which we love making, and you get a ton of free alpha in there, which is going to really, really help you grow your brand. Connect with us here. You can drop me an email if you have any specific questions. You know, all of our socials are here as well. If you need more help, you can book in a time as well with us, provided you're doing at least 100K a month in revenue. We can chat and see if there's a way for us to help you scale your business with lifecycle marketing. So finally, see, this is going to give you a ton of context on how we actually grow stores through lifecycle marketing. If you're looking to bolster your knowledge even more, we have a full course live on our channel for free, which you can find right here. I'll see you in the next video.